Hey gamers, in this video we'll be going over how to move your Sims 4 data elsewhere, but the catch? You've got OneDrive installed. Stay tuned. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of bad news. It seems that EA has caught on to our shenanigans and has fully pulled the cord on our dear friend, the Origin app. See, I started seeing a few comments mentioning they were coming across an issue stating that they were needing to use the EA app. But, not having cracked the app open in a while, I had to reinstall and configure it using my Reoriginator app. Well, where it was supposed to greet me with my game, instead I was greeted with, "Please use the EA app to continue." Ladies and gentlemen, I was absolutely appalled, floored even. This means we'll be stuck with the lesser version of getting to our Sims 4 and eventually Sims 5, probably. What a bummer. Also, stay tuned until the end because I have a very exciting announcement for you all that I think many of you will absolutely benefit from. And now that that is done, I'll go ahead and pass it over to Samantha. Take it away, girl.
Thanks, Alex. I'm really sorry first of all to all of you who have been happily using the Origin app. It's a real bummer that they finally canceled the app for Windows completely. Throughout its life, though it did have its flaws, it was definitely a much better alternative. However, we've got some great stuff coming your way. But before we get started, there are a few things you'll need. 1. You'll need administrator rights. In this video, we'll be playing with some pretty advanced and deep parts of your computer, so you'll need the ability to run programs as an administrator. 2. Unfortunately, you'll need to have either the Steam app or the EA app to be able to access your Sims 4 game as the Origin client is no longer functional. And 3. This video relies on another dreaded app, OneDrive. If you don't have OneDrive on your computer, but simply want to move your Sims 4 data regardless, then continue to follow along. Alex, take it away.
Thank you, Samantha. So just to demonstrate, this is the current Sims 4 game with all mods and saves loading successfully, as you can see here. Now sadly, some of you are very familiar with this portion. This Sims 4 game is working within OneDrive's connected and synced documents location. A good bit of you may have been using OneDrive unsuspectingly for quite some time now, and until now didn't worry about it until you wanted to get better performance or move your mods. Well, you're in luck. Firstly, we're going to need to get OneDrive to stop being a part of our lives. So let's do that. Click the up arrow in the bottom right hand corner to show any of the other apps that are running on your computer. Look for the OneDrive app icon. Usually it's a blue cloud icon. It could be gray. Go ahead and right click on the app and select the settings gear in the top right of the little app window that appears. From here, click settings from the drop down that appears. On the left hand side, you should see account. Go ahead and click on this section. Underneath your name and email address, there's a small link titled Unlink this PC. Go ahead and click on that. On the little dialog box that comes up, go ahead and click to verify that you want to unlink the account. Now, if you click on the OneDrive app again, you'll see that it's signing you out of your account. This is great. Once it completes, you'll see it takes you back to the original app setup wizard asking you to input your email. Ignore this, we're going to completely uninstall this app. Unfortunately, removing OneDrive from syncing does not fix any of the file locations. We'll have to do that ourselves. As you can see here, we still have the documents folder inside OneDrive. Garbage. So, just to make sure we don't have any more issues, we'll remove OneDrive. Open the Start menu and type OneDrive. Here, you'll see the option to uninstall the app. If you're running Windows 11, you'll be removing Microsoft OneDrive from the Settings app. However, in Windows 10, you'll be removing it from the old Control Panel settings. Regardless of where it shows up, go ahead and uninstall the app. Just so you know, most times OneDrive does not show anything while it uninstalls, so you're kind of just in a guessing game wondering whether or not it's removed. If you're unsure, there are a couple things you can do. 1. Check the list where you're uninstalling the game from. Whether you're in the old Control Panel or the new Settings app, look for the app you just had to double click to remove or look for OneDrive. If it's not on the list, this is a good sign. 2. A second way to check would be to look for it in the area of the taskbar by clicking the up arrow here. If it doesn't show up again, then you're in good shape. And because I wanted to make this even easier, I tried to give you guys an easier way to create a shortcut to your moved Electronic Arts folder, and needless to say, it failed. The game created the Electronic Arts folder regardless of whether there was a shortcut there, so moving on from that failure count 1. I also tried to move the Documents folder directly to my external drive using the Registry editor. I did a restart on the Explorer app, and well, that didn't work either, so failure counts 2. I tried doing a reboot and seeing what happened, but that didn't work either, so ultimate failure count 3 total. Also, just to let you know, I appreciate you all watching my videos and being a part of the channel. However, I did want to point out that I would appreciate it if you showed the love and liked the videos you watched, or even subscribed to the channel. See, I spend countless hours pushing my computer to its limits constantly to make these videos for you all. I've broken my Sims 4 game in so many ways that troubleshooting issues is almost second nature for me. I do this so you guys don't have to. But you don't get to see the behind the scenes error messages, the frustration, and sometimes the panic that happens because I just want to be there for all you Simmers, but have to postpone videos because something broke. So with that said, I would absolutely appreciate it if you could help the channel out, show your love for these videos by liking them and subscribe only if you want to, of course. But currently I'm trying to reach a really big milestone for my channel, my first 1,000 subscribers, and it would only be possible with your support. I can absolutely use all the help I can get, and rest assured I will always put my heart and soul into making these videos for you all. You really do mean a lot to me, and that's why I try to always respond to everyone's comments, even if I don't know what you're going through. I definitely try to help. So again, thank you for being there for me and the channel overall, and thank you for the support you all show. And now, if you decided to do a reboot, that would be a great recommendation only because I had to while I was running through all of this. Next, we'll be going through restoring the location of your Documents file folder. Open the Start menu and begin typing Registry Editor. Before you fully type it, it'll probably show up anyway. Click on Run as Administrator, or if you don't see this option, right-click the app and click Run as Administrator. In the description below, you'll see a section titled Registry Key for Documents. Copy the weird path-looking thing below that. Now, in the Registry Editor, you're going to click into this address bar-looking thing, move your cursor to the end of the word computer, add a backslash, the slash above the enter key, and paste the path-looking thing from earlier by hitting Ctrl and V together. This is going to snap you directly to the folder we need to be in. It's going to look like a lot, but we're going to be searching for one thing only in this list on the right. A thing named Personal. Now go ahead and double click on Personal. Yours will most likely show something like C:\users \your name \OneDrive \documents. This is bad for us. We don't want that. Regardless of what it says, select it all and replace it with this. %userprofile %\documents. However, as you can see here, by going into your Electronic Arts folder that was on OneDrive, you'll see that there wasn't any movement. Why is that? Well, the registry changes something that happens to be read only when the computer is booted up. So we'll need to do a restart here in a bit, but we've got to take care of a couple other issues first. Now there may be a couple other issues within this section of the registry. You'll probably notice your entry named Desktop has OneDrive in it, as well as possibly your Pictures key. Simply replace both of these with either %userprofile %\desktop for the desktop entry, or %userprofile %\pictures for the pictures entry, and this will fix up your changes. Very important here, restart your computer after you've made these changes. I kind of shortcut that by restarting the UI shell of Windows, but this could get complicated and not work for everyone, so just do a restart. See you here in 5. Go grab a Snickers bar for a quick break. Haha. Okay, awesome. Glad to see you back. Now, you can head to your Documents folder and you should see something a little different than what you saw earlier. Also, now that you've removed OneDrive, we have to manually navigate to that folder. If you open the Documents folder, you should see that when you click into the address bar at the top, it gives you the full address to the game's directory, c:\users\yourname\documents. To get to your OneDrive directory, typically you'd remove Documents from the end and start typing OneDrive here. This should automatically appear with the correct folder name here. Hit enter to go into this folder. Being that you are plagued with having had OneDrive on your machine, and it's still safeguarding your Documents folder, you need to go into it and specifically cut the Electronic Arts folder out of here. Whether you want to do something with the rest of your file folders is completely up to you. Now go ahead and paste the files into your real Documents folder. This will be considered step 1. Now we'll be doing the magic of moving this folder, Electronic Arts, to your external drive, considered step 2. Snap the Electronic Arts folder window to the top right corner. Open a command window from the Start menu as administrator. I didn't show that here, but now that I'm thinking about it, I should have. But I'll at least give you the steps for this. Open the Start menu and search for Command Prompt. There should be an option to open it as administrator. If it doesn't have this option available, just right-click it and select Run as administrator. Very important. It must say administrator in the title of the command prompt that pops up. Otherwise, this will not work. Once the command prompt pops up, you'll want to just snap it to the left-hand side. After this, you'll go ahead and open another File Explorer window by right-clicking the File Explorer icon and selecting File Explorer. Snap this window into the bottom right-hand corner. In this new window, go ahead and make a folder you'd like to move your Electronic Arts folder into on your external drive. Now, I haven't mentioned this in the past, but I've seen a few questions regarding this folder structure from a few viewers. The folder structure here doesn't really matter. Honestly, if you wanted to go all out and create directories that make absolutely no sense to anyone but you, that's fine. But if you wanted to be very meticulous in creating file folders and have specifics for personal data, games, installed programs, and the like, that's perfectly fine too. The rules for your external drive are yours to create. There are absolutely no bounds here. Just have fun with your folders and make them memorable for you. Now in the top right hand window where our Electronic Arts folder is, in your documents, go ahead and go into the Electronic Arts folder. Copy the directory path that's here. Go into the command window on the left and begin typing mklink /d. Notice how I forgot to type the /d here? Don't do that. It'll work, but it'll look funny when you get done, I promise. And then type a space and a set of double quotes. Now right-click or hit Ctrl-V to paste the address after the quotation mark and then add another pair of quotes at the end. Add a space and then begin typing another set of quotation marks here. In the top right-hand window, go up a folder to where you're in your Documents file folder. You'll then need to right-click the Electronic Arts folder and then select Cut. We're going to entirely move the directory to a new drive. Go to the new folder on your external hard drive and right-click in the blank space. Select Paste. Wait for this to completely finish before you run any commands. As you can see here, I tried to see if just creating a folder shortcut would work. It doesn't. Failure count 4 total. So now go into your new Electronic Arts folder on your external hard drive. You'll select the address bar, select the entire path location, right-click it, and then select Copy. Click into the command window, press Ctrl-V or right-click in the window to paste the address after the quotation marks. After it pastes, go ahead and add a set of closing quotation marks and then hit Enter. Note: if you happen to copy and paste the Electronic Arts file folder from the original Documents location, you will get an error. Make sure it is cut and pasted, or that the one in the Documents folder is not there. If you don't do this, you'll get cannot create a file when that file already exists. Furthermore, if you don't use the correct double quotes, or don't space the command correctly, or basically don't type anything completely correctly, you'll get this wonderful error saying syntax error. So be sure to avoid these mistakes and pay close attention here. Once the command completes successfully, you should see symbolic link created for your Documents /Electronic Arts some pointy arrow thingies, your external drive folder, / Electronic Arts. Now notice how both of these directories end with Electronic Arts. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, I forgot to type the /d at the beginning of this command, but Windows still treated it like it was a good file folder shortcut. However, don't mess up like I did, it's just easier for you gamers out there. Regardless, if you did it incorrectly, you'll see what looks like just a random file icon with a shortcut on it. If you right-click on the file, you'll see that it'll still point to the target folder on your external drive called Electronic Arts. If you click Open Folder Location, it'll snap you directly to where your new file folder is. So we know this is working. Awesome! Again, like every video, I try to load up the game to show you the end results after doing the full modifications. And as you can see here, our mods, saves, and files are all recognized. Now guys, for the awesome announcement. As so many of my videos are a bit complex and the instructions can be a bit hard to follow, it's expected that some of you may have issues. And that's why I'm offering a new subscription that I'm dubbing my Sims 4 Diagnostic Package. This package will offer exclusive help directly working with me to get tons of your issues fixed. In this package, you'll have unlimited access to fully installing the base game through Steam or the EA app, moving the game to an external hard drive, moving game files to external drives, finding out why the game isn't working correctly, making the game run smoother, assistance with downloading and installing mods, and finally, fixing the game after you've made some changes and the game broke. All of these incredible services are available for just $2.99 a month. And what's better about this isn't that you're using the free service from EA where support is limited. No, if you're having issues because you modded your game, you've got my support. If you're having issues because you have an overly complicated network setup on your game and EA won't support you, you've got my support. If you're using a cracked version of the game, I mean, I'll do the best I can given what I've got, but you've got my support. And that's not all, Simmers. With my Sims 4 Diagnostic Package, you won't just receive generic troubleshooting advice or wait on hold for hours. No, you'll get the personalized attention and expertise you deserve. We'll connect through Zoom or remote sessions where I'll personally handle all of your Sims 4 issues. And here's something special to note. Proceeds from this subscription will directly benefit the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you for being a part of my community, subscribing to the channel, and engaging with my content through views, likes, and comments. So go check out the link in the description and sign up today. I can't wait to help you on the other side. Samantha, take us out of here.
Thanks, Alex. That's really cool that you're offering a service to personally handle all of your viewers' issues. I don't know many YouTube gamers that are putting this level of commitment into their audience. And aside from this, there you have it, gamers. The full tutorial presented by our wonderful, but erroneous Alex. It's definitely a long and pretty convoluted journey to get your Sims 4 game going when you have probably had OneDrive on your PC since you bought your computer and didn't need to remove it until now. But now you can breathe easier after finishing this video. And remember, with the excellent monthly subscription, if you don't want to handle this on your own, you don't have to. You now have help, so don't hesitate to reach out with any questions if you have any issues.
Until next time. Hey guys, check out this video that YouTube thinks is best for you, or check out my most recent video below it. Thanks for watching!
All the pain.